It was just the revision that I have done by the time. So those who are attending, please don't think that you missed a lot. Don't worry. You अच्छा, रेशमा मैम ने स्क्रीन गायब की है और ये मैम ने वॉइस गायब की. वेरी गुड. आपको तो मजे आ रहे हैं वहां पे बैठ बैठ के. I have just done the revision. Don't worry, I have not yet started the lecture. Okay. Yesterday we have seen these advantages of listening also. We can get information. We can solve problems by listening to somebody. We can develop good relations. We can get information about the organization through listening of other people. Then we can plan, make policies, plans. Then decision making will also do by listening, and encouragement to the speaker can be provided through listening. Now next is obstacles to listening. Obstacle मतलब obstacle का meaning क्या है? What's the meaning of obstacle? Okay, means what? अगर आप चल रहे हो रास्ते में गड्ढा है, that will create difficulty to you to walk and or to cross the road. Obstacle. रोड पे भी रहते ना obstacle, so that your speed can be lower down. Okay, जैसे इसने बोला कि रुकावट कुछ तो डाल दी जाती है. So obstacles to listening. These are the difficulties that you will face when you are listening to somebody. ये क्या है? Obstacles मतलब क्या है यहाँ पे? These are the difficulties. ये जो problems आप face करोगे when you are listening to somebody. आप सुन रहे हो लेकिन बाहर जोर जोर से आवाज आ रहे हैं. Obstacle, difficulty, problem, because of which you will not be able to concentrate properly. आपका ध्यान भटक जाएगा. So there are many obstacles, difficulties, problems that can cause problem in listening. We will discuss those. The first one is marginal listening. Now see, what is this marginal listening? Listening is 3 times faster than speaking. This is important for your objective type question. Listening is 3 times faster than speaking. Now, how come it is? Before I finish a sentence, already you have listened my whatever I have said earlier. कोई भी sentence में finish करती हूँ, I'm speaking to you, correct? I'm talking to you. Before that, the meaning your brain might have got. It processes quickly. Listening is faster compared to speaking, and that speed is 3 times faster. And the difference between speaking speed and the listening speed gives excess time to the listener. अभी क्या होता है देखो, मेरा सेंटेंस में जो बोल रही हूँ वो खत्म होने से पहले आपने वो चीजें समझ ली है, तो आपका ब्रेन अभी वेट कर रहा है टू गेट द अदर थिंग्स. तो टाइम मिल जाता है ब्रेन को, द लिसनर को. द लिसनर गेट्स द टाइम इन बिटवीन, बिफोर द सेंटेंसेस, बिफोर द पॉइंट दैट स्पीकर शुड फिनिश. So that excess time creates difficulty. Okay, because there can be diversion of attention. Diversion means आपका ध्यान भटक जाएगा ना उसमें. आप समझ लिए जो मैं बोलना चाहती थी, आपने फटाफट सुन लिया और you got the idea. But the speaker has not yet finished. Speaker ने finish नहीं किया है. So till the next point the speaker has to say or the speaker will begin, the listener has time, and that time, that excess time will make him to think about other things. Okay, he may lose his attention because of this diversion. This is called as marginal listening. Proper listening nahi hai. There is some time gap between the listening and speaking. It is not going on it's not following the same speed. दोनों का speed same नहीं है. One is ahead, another is behind. So there is a gap in between the speaking time and listening time. So that gap, excess time, creates difficulties for the listener because there are chances the person may get diverted. The person may lose attention. The person may not pay attention to the next message. Okay, so this is called as marginal listening. Next is language barrier. Suppose in the class if I come and if I start using very difficult words, my pronunciation is American one, a British one, or say I'm using very complex sentences. I'm continuously, one single sentence I'm continuing, I'm just talking continuously, I'm going on. Will it be possible for you to concentrate? आपको समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है. So you can listen, but if you're not able to process that, अब process ही नहीं कर पा रहे, difficult words है, language difficult है, heavy sentences है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, then what will happen? You may get diverted. आपका attention यहाँ से निकल जाएगा. You may lose the attention because you're not able to process anything. So language can create problem in your listening. It should be convenient to the listener. So the speaker must think about who are the listeners. जो आप मतलब कोई भी स्पीच दे रहे हैं, लेक्चर दे रहे हैं, तो उस वक्त ये ध्यान में रखना है, who is the audience? What's the age group of that audience? What's their learning capacity? What's their learning capabilities? What's their knowledge level? Based on that, you should select your language, or else the audience, listener, they may not be able to understand anything. Okay, so language can create or act as a barrier, and the listener may not be able to pay attention if they are unfamiliar to the language. कुछ तो अलग ही language है, या फिर language difficult है, words difficult है. So the person may not be able to focus on whatever the person has, the speaker has said. Then emotional problems. See, if you are full of emotions, मन भर गया है आपका, आप रोने वाले हो. If somebody is talking to you, will you listen to that person? मुझे सुनना ही नहीं, I don't want to listen to anybody. You are that in mood, correct? Emotional problems, emotional state of your mind. बहुत ज्यादा खुशी है, you are very happy. In that case also, you will not listen to somebody. Even if you are very sad, in grief, you are just literally drowning in the grief, you will not listen to anybody. Correct? So emotions can also create problem to listening. Then noise, if there is a noise going on continuously, heavily, heavy sound is there, very say speakers are there, Dolby or other speakers are there, and you are not able to listen to somebody properly. आप listen भी नहीं कर पा रहे, difficulty in listening. Then dislike of speaker, बहुत बार ऐसे होता है, आपको टीचर ही पसंद नहीं रहता है, the person you don't like, so you don't want to listen to that person. वो अच्छा भी पढ़ा रहा है, the person is teaching well, but you don't like the person, that's why you don't listen to that person. ऐसे घर में भी होता है, आपके relatives है या फिर कोई friend है, वो कोई भी चीज अच्छे तरीके से बता रहा है, आपके फायदे के लिए भी बता रहे हैं, but still you don't like the person, that's why you may not prefer to listen to him. So that's the dislike of speaker. Then preconceived notions. Preconceived मतलब पहले ही आप ऐसे सोच के रखते हो, that this is, say suppose a topic is there, एक topic है, वो बहुत ही मतलब boring topic है, अपने मन में पहले ही बना के रखता है कि बोरिंग टॉपिक है और मुझे नहीं सुनना है, तो मन में अपने प्रीकंसीव्ड वो टॉपिक के बारे में बना के रखा है ना, करेक्ट, कि मुझे सुनना ही नहीं है. So you will not pay attention. It's a boring topic. Why to listen? Your mind has already get ready not to listen. अपने मन को बना के रखे सुनना ही नहीं. It is not easy topic. It is difficult topic. आपके ऐसे मन में ये notions बन गए, preconceived notions आपके अपने मन में बना के रखा है. So because of that, your mind is set not to listen. Okay, you are set your mind whether to listen or not to listen. और पहले से ही सोच के रखा है कि नहीं ये मतलब मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है ये डिफिकल्ट है, ये मुझे नहीं आएगा, ये आपके पहले ही मन में अपने ठान के रखा है. Okay, so if the listener has preconceived notions about a topic, he may not listen what the speaker speaks. Next is fake listening. Sometimes some of you, okay, I will give you example. अभी पीछे मुड़ के देखो, second bench पे ना, second last white shirt, just turn around and see whether he is listening to me or not listening to me. Just turn and see. समझ में नहीं आया क्या बोला मैंने बोला सेकेंड लास्ट बेंच पे जो व्हाइट शर्ट टी शर्ट पहन के बच्चा बैठा है वो सुन रहा है या नहीं सुन रहा है जो मैं बोल रही हूँ क्लास में? सुन रहा था, because there is a big question mark on his face. What ma'am is talking about me? Correct है ना? एक बड़ा सा क्वेश्चन मार्क I can see on his face. हाँ हाँ है मैम, क्या बोल रही हो, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा, पल्ले ही नहीं पड़ रहा, बोलो अभी. So he was not listening to me. He was pretending. ऐसे बोल रहा था, दिखा रहा था कि मैं सुन रहा हूँ. बहुत से ऐसे बच्चे हैं. They just pretend that I am listening to you, teacher, but nothing is processing inside. It's hearing. कुछ process ही नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ समझ नहीं रहे हो. ठीक है? So that is called as fake listening. You show to somebody that you are listening, but actually you are out of the class. You might be at home. अभी कौन सा बस नंबर मिलेगा, घर पे जाऊं या यहीं पे थोड़ा घूम लो. So like that you might have your own dreams or daydreams, whatever I could say. You might be watching those, you might be wondering those things. Correct? ऐसा था ना कुछ तो. He was busy doing his own thing. He was in his own world. अभी सुन रहा है. Now he is listening to me, but earlier, before some time, he was not listening anything. हाँ, और ये भी ऐसा है, मतलब ऐसे थोड़ी देर ऐसे करेगा, हाँ सुन तो रहा हूँ मैम का. दूसरे दिन दूसरे मोमेंट पे ये ऐसा कुछ तो करता रहेगा. आज जाओ मैं क्या क्लास के बाद? टाइम है अभी. There is lot of time. Half an hour is there. क्या हो गया? मैंने आपको बोला तो आपको ऐसे लगा कि ये जाके दूँ मैम को. ठीक है. Okay. So what is fake listening? You pretend. You make a show that you are listening to somebody, but in actual sense, you don't listen at all. You don't concentrate on what the person says to you. Okay, these are obstacles to listening. Now, next is cultivating good listening skills. Why it is given in your syllabus? See, after this, after completing your graduation, you might start work. Okay, so when you will join any organization, the first requirement is your listening skill must be good one. You should listen the person properly. आपके जो कोई भी सीनियर पर्सन है, बॉस है, उनको अच्छे तरीके से आपको सुनना जरूरी है. Which kind of instructions they give, you should listen those properly. और अभी तो आपका एज है, आपको सभी जो एजुकेशन आपको हो रहा है, it is through listening. Say suppose if 100% lecture is there, 80% is listening and 20% maybe other aids, blackboard or anything I write on the blackboard or slide. That will be 10 or 20% hardly. Remaining is listening only. Correct? So at this age, you must learn to develop your good listening skill that will be utilized in future also. Okay, now how to develop a good listening skill? Cultivating means developing good listening skill. कैसे develop करना है? First, you must be very interested in what you are listening to. कोई पिक्चर चालू है तो ऐसा किसी को बताना नहीं पड़ता है कि भाई देखो सुनो, किसी को बताना पड़ता है. You are interested to listen. क्या चल रहा है आगे? During lecture, आपको हम लोगों को ऐसे खींच के ऐसे लाके बैठाना पड़ता है. सुनो, we are teaching these things to you because there is lack of interest. That interest you should generate in your mind about the topic. पढ़ाई के लिए ना ऐसा difficulty होता है. Even at my home also, to my daughter, I have to tell her that you should enjoy your studies. The same issue happens. It's not you that you are facing the issue. It's general. Okay, universal. Because when you are listening to any teaching or anything, it is intellectual listening. Intellectual listening. You have to you have to use your brain. You have to process a lot. Okay, and that is the difficulty. तो बाद में थोड़े टाइम के बाद क्या होता है, आपका ध्यान भटक जाता है. You get diverted from the topic. For that purpose, if suppose you have interest in your mind about the topic, ये क्या है? There should be interest, there should be curiosity in your mind, so that you will pay proper attention. So that you should generate. Then you should be prepared. आपको mentally prepare रहना है to listen to somebody. Which kind of preparation is needed? Mental preparation. Okay, there should not be any other thought in my mind because I'm listening to the teacher, I'm listening to this person. So every single word is important for me. So that mental preparation must be done. Second, you should keep a pen, paper ready so that you can, if any important point is there, you can jot it down. So that kind of preparation you should do. Then stop talking. Yesterday when I entered, he was talking with a girl, correct? So when somebody is there in front of you, if there is a speaker, you should not talk amongst yourself. That's very rude, and that is which shows that you don't have any kind of mannerism. Okay, suppose a meeting is going on in the office, the chairperson is talking and members, says employees are talking to each other. Chairperson will directly ask you to go out from that room. So you should stop talking, let the speaker finish his point, and then if you want to say anything, you can raise your hand and you can ask. But when you are listening to somebody, you must listen, finish everything what the person wants to say to you. Then concentrate. A good listener must exercise mental discipline over himself. Listener should concentrate on what the speaker says. आपका concentration बहुत जरूरी है. Whatever the speaker says, on that you must concentrate, or else you will not understand anything. कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आएगा. There will be zero in your brain. Okay, so you should concentrate, and for that there are various practices to improve your concentration. See, आपकी जो generation है ना, that generation, I will not blame you. आपकी generation में ऐसे ऐसे चीजें हैं आपके सामने कि आपका ध्यान automatically भटक जाता है. Mobile phone is there. Different kinds of entertainment medias are available. Social media is available. Many options are available that can keep you intact, or that can keep you or waste your time for many hours. Okay, and that is the main thing because of which you say, what can be said, your mind jumps from this point to another, like that. Continuously different thoughts come in your mind. You can't concentrate. It's not your problem, it's the problem of the gadgets that you use, the medias that you use. It's the fact. For that, you should consciously take certain efforts to improve your concentration. अगर आपका concentration कम है तो आपकी पढ़ाई भी, मतलब अभी तो ठीक है. Okay, at least some you understand, some point you understand, other if you don't understand, or if you're not paid attention, that's okay. But at the time of exam or during exam, अगर आपका concentration खराब है, what can be done in that case? Concentration ही नहीं कर पा रहे हो, अभी एक लाइन पढ़ लिया और देखो यहाँ से कोई तो घूम रहा है, उनको देख लिया, या फिर घर में क्या बन रहा है, कौन बोल रहा है, टीवी पे क्या चल रहा है, ऐसे आपका ध्यान भटक रहा है, मतलब आपका concentration बहुत ही कम है. That you have to improve. तो उसके लिए meditation, any numbers of say options are available, remedies are available that you should do by yourself. कोई और आके आपका concentration बढ़ा तो नहीं सकता. You must try to improve your concentration. Then avoid distractions. जो आपको distract करता है, आपका ध्यान भटकाता है, ये चीजें आपको avoid करनी है. Such as fiddling with pen. हम लोगों को पेन घुमाने की आदत रहती है ऐसे उंगली में. Then tapping the floor पे tap करते हैं बहुत बार पैर से. Then cracking jokes at the speaker. वो भी चालू रहता है लेक्चर में पीछे बैठ के, ये आज टीचर आ गए तो क्या बोलना है इनके बारे में. अभी तो आप सिंगल बैठे हो, so there is very less chance of cracking the jokes at the teachers. बट आप ऐसे झुंड में जब बैठते हो, 3-4 एक साथ जब बैठते हो, तब ये तो चालू ही रहता है ना. मेरा नहीं, मैं ऐसे इन जनरल बोल रही हूँ. आपने किया है, स्कूल से किया है, ऐसा नहीं किया नहीं है, प्लीज डोंट लाई. Everyone does it, even I have done that when I was in school. So it's not a crime that you have just I'm not just blaming you. It happens. We do. We are human beings. But if something is important, if something important is going on, then you should avoid these things. You should stop cracking the jokes. You should avoid all the distractions. These are distractions. या see एक joke crack कर दिया फिर आप हंसने लगे फिर दूसरा कोई चीज बोलेगा फिर you will so whatever till that point whatever the speaker has said you missed. So to avoid that you should avoid those distractions. You must put the speaker at ease. Speaker जो बोल रहा है avoid the distractions. Don't look outside the window. Avoid all the distractions. So you must put the speaker at ease. Putting at ease means make the speaker comfortable. You're talking to somebody, you're listening to somebody, and many a times you're just looking here and there. The person will continue. He will talk with you. वो बंद कर देगा ना because you are not paying attention to him. You should make the speaker comfortable. उनको ऐसे लगना चाहिए yes the person is listening to me, he's giving proper feedback, उनको समझ में आ रहा है. You are not creating any kind of facial expressions that can make the speaker frightened. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप उसको मतलब डरा रहे हो ऐसे expression देखिए क्या बोल रहा है ऐसे क्या कर रहे हैं. So if you give such kind of expressions, the speaker may not speak or the speaker may not continue. You must make the person comfortable at ease. Then he will continue. Then you must be very open-minded. Close-minded people are those, if anything new term which is not known to you or which is not there in your mindset, you will try to oppose. Close-minded people. Open-minded people, they will accept a new thing. They will accept everything that the person says. Not everything, but it should be proper one, reasonable one. Then the person, you must accept that. So these are people, open-minded people, and you must be open-minded. If suppose anything has been said to you by a speaker, then if you are close-minded, you will not pay attention. You will try to make comments or you may give any kind of response, facial response. The speaker may stop saying anything. So you should be very open-minded. You should not have any preconceived notions about the topic. Even you should not have that dislike of the speakers. So these things you should avoid. Next is you must avoid interruptions. बहुत बार ऐसे होता है ना कोई मीटिंग चालू है या फिर कोई डिस्कशन एक see if there is a group of friends they are talking to each other but one friend have started one point वो उसका खत्म होने से पहले आप उसको इंटरप्ट करते हो आप बीच में बोलने लगते हो इंटरप्शन. If you try to speak, if you are listening, you must listen it, finish, and then you should speak. If the person, speaker is speaking and you are interrupting him, he may not be able to finish his point properly. So you should avoid interruptions. You should empathize with the speaker. Empathy का मैंने बोला था आपको. You should put yourself at the place of speaker and then you should imagine the thing, what the speaker is telling to you. So you must empathize with the speaker. Listen to the main points. Even in the lecture, you should practice this. जो main points है आपको याद रखने, at least jot down those points. Main points आपको focus करने ही है. See, there are many things that I can discuss. Suppose there is air pollution. I can talk about anything. Air pollution का मैं बहुत सारा information आपको बता सकती हूँ. Correct. But उसमें सबसे I can give example of Delhi, I can give example of Mumbai, many examples मैंने आपको दे दिए. But उसमें suppose if I give the definition of air pollution, reasons of air pollution, तो आपको focus किस में करना है? Air pollution के reasons, air pollution के definition, इस पे आपको ज़्यादा focus करना है because these are the main points. Okay, so main points you must focus because the speaker can talk many things. Those may not be relevant or those may be some extra information that you need not to focus. बहुत बार ऐसे होता है explain करने के लिए बहुत extra information दी जाती है. That you should avoid. You should focus on the main points. Then after that you should jot down those points. जो कुछ भी important points है आपको क्या करना है? लिख के रखना है. Take the notes. Listener should take down the notes, as note taking helps the listener to concentrate and forces listener to try to understand what is being said by the speaker. आप पॉइंट्स लिखते जाओगे तो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली समझ में आएगा कि स्पीकर क्या बता रहे हैं. If you have any doubt at the end, you can ask, this I have a doubt of this, can you please explain that? Okay. And in oral communication the problem is of retention. We have learned the problem of oral communication. आप थोड़े दिन के बाद या फिर आप थोड़े समय के बाद भी आप भूल सकते हैं. So if you keep those notes with you, you will remember those points that the speaker has told to you. Then pay attention to non-verbal communication also. Okay, when oral communication is going on, non-verbal communication is also important. Listening to what is not enough. A good listener must pay attention to the non-verbal communication. Then you should summarize and evaluate. Whatever points you have jotted down, you must make a summary of that. Then you evaluate that. What the speaker has said. What are your opinions about whatever has been said? So like that you should evaluate at the end. And then you should provide the feedback to the speaker. End में आप क्या करोगे? Feedback दोगे speaker को. ठीक है? That it was a very nice lecture. I came to know these new things. So like that you should give feedback, because after evaluation you will come to know these are the new things. Or any new say idea, new notion has been expressed by the person. You can make a comment on that. This I have not anywhere else. Only you are the person who has spoken about this. Like that you can make comment, you can give your feedback to the speaker. Understood? Do you have any doubt about this topic? No doubt? Everything is